Hello, everybody. How are we? I hope all is well. I hope you had a good weekend, a good Monday. For me, it's been pretty chill. Monday we had, oh, I can hear clicking. Hold on. I know I can hear clicking. I hate it when it does this. Hey, thank you, gal. Thank you. Did the alert sound not go off again? Or did it go off and I just don't hear it and that's because it's clicking on me? Am I going to have to make it click and unclick? Hold on. Let me get it to click and unclick. Hold on. Our queen gal is here. She is everything. I didn't hear it, but I saw the notification. I hate the world. I don't know why it went into that, but it went into that. That's weird because... Alright, hold on. This clicking is gonna drive me fucking crazy. Hold on. Shit. And hopefully you guys can still hear me. Is it still clicking? Better not be still clicking. I'm gonna beat a bitch. That's weird because OBS showed the alert sound. But it did not. There was no sound. It is clicking. I'm gonna kill so many people. What the fuck, dude? Why is it click? I know you don't hear the clicking. It's, so it's not... When I say clicking, I'm using the wrong word. Static. So when you have too many wires or wires in a wrong place, they call it like being grounded. A static inside of wires will occur, and I can hear it. And so there's one of these wires is grounding and I can hear the static happening. Yeah. So I know you guys don't hear it, but I can hear the grounding happening and it's driving me crazy. I don't know why it didn't do the alert sound. Because OBS said that there was sound. I think OBS lied to me. I think it lied. Well, at least I know you don't care. Because you are our queen. I may be deaf though. I mean, it didn't play to me either. I did not get the sound either. Oh my god, it's because it does this every time. I think it's because it resets OBS's audio. I don't know. Whatever. We know that you are like the person who's here every day and you don't care. You are a staple. It is good. I wish I knew enough to fix it, but I do not, so this is where we will be. Welcome everyone. I was just explaining that on Monday, although I did feel like shit, we did not stream because I got to do a one-shot with a TTRPG called Die, which was really fun to play and experience the system. I quite enjoyed it. I got to be the mean girl of mean girls. It was so much fun. I got to be a little Karen with the Queer XP. Now, their campaigns are audio only, so at some point, they'll post the podcast of the one-shot, and I'll share it around, and y'all can listen if you want to listen. Let me at him, coach. Literally, gal, I'm about to be like, just do anything you can. Like, you are in charge of so much. It's God tier. Also, I will say, Gal finished their animatic that they did for our narrative project, and I sent it to the next person in line, and the next person just goes, "This is so cute!" So, Gal, I hope that makes you feel better, because I know you put so much effort into it, and so much time, and you tried so hard. And I know you were digging a little bit on yourself, so I appreciate you. And the next person thought it was adorable. I do not know if you can give access to OBS. I think that's a thing that's like on your specific setup. Like, I don't think that's a thing that I can hand over, because I don't think it's an online thing. I think it's like a computer-based thing. So, fortunately, nothing we can do. But, that's okay. It might not be OBS. It might be Stream Elements, which I'm supposed to give you anyways. Yeah, it was so cute, gal. They're working on theirs now. I have no idea what it is. I try not to ask. I like to see them when they come to me. And then I have a couple of weeks planned out to keep giving them and some folks to reach out to. But our narrative series is open to everybody. So, oh no. You guys will probably see it at some point, but I felt that. Uh-oh. We got twitching happening. You ever have that thing where your eyelid twitches? I felt that. Uh-oh. Listen, I have not been feeling great. The period's been kicking my ass this week. And as you can tell by when you start seeing this twitch, I've also not been able to get very good sleep. But it is what it is. I can do your notifications if it's on Stream Elements. It's definitely on Stream Elements. But the thing is, like, I know it works on Stream... Here, actually. Hold on. Hold on. I can fuck with this because I'm logged in. So I go to me. I go to dashboard. If I go to tools, elements, not elements, overlays, I open the alerts one. If I click test, this will just be a test. Right? It should preview it. Yeah. Okay, so that is a basic test. So it is working. That means it was OBS. So the alert is working. You can see it but no sound, so it wasn't OBS. What the fuck? There's sound for me? What do you mean no sound? The fuck? Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me pull it back up. There was definitely sound for me. What the fuck? What? OBS says it's getting sound. I'll emulate it again. That's like even hella loud in my eardrums. You're not getting any of that sound? Yeah, that's like blowing eardrums to me. What the fuck? How is that possible? Wait, but how is that? Do you have turn the element sound on? Let's see. Yeah, because how is that possible? Volume controls all the way up. I don't want text to speech. Variation is fine. Don't want text to speech. Text settings. Animation settings is fine. I don't think it's on Stream Elements side. Let me check. OBS says it hears it. Properties? Control audio. Shut down when not visible. Maybe refresh. And then hit OK. Let me test again. This is loud as fuck to me, but let me test again. You know what? You know what? I bet I'm hearing it through the website and not OBS. Hold on. Hold on. Let me double check. Here, I'll turn on. Do control audio through OBS. I have that on. Let me turn on monitor. Let me turn on monitor listen. Monitor only. Okay, let's try it now. No, there's no sound. What the fuck? You're right, there is no sound. Why is there no sound to all these fake... What the hell? What the hell? Maybe I need to turn off. Maybe I need to mono it? Let me mono it. Let me mono it. No. Okay, so let me explain this. There is sound on the alert. If I go to Stream Elements, I test the alert like I just did, and I have the Stream Element tab unmuted, I will hear it. But if I mute the Stream Elements tab, right, so that I'm not hearing it over there, OBS is saying there's sound. OBS is showing me the bar when the alert goes off. But when I put monitor output, I don't hear it either. So let me follow her again. Nope. Yeah, so OBS is recognizing sound when I click that. OBS recognizes that there's sound. It is not putting sound out, but it's recognizing that there's sound there. The hell? What's your element called? I don't know. Alerts. The element is called alerts. What the hell? I love not being a techie person. What happens if I turn control? You heard it! You heard it! I didn't hear nothing! What you mean you heard it? I didn't hear jack shit! Hi, Fox Daddy, welcome! Hello everyone that's here. We're gonna be talking about creating the theme for our next in-house horror show in a second. We're just trying to figure out the alert because Gal resubscribed and we couldn't hear it. But now all of a sudden we can hear it. Theta, you're hearing it too? What the fuck is happening? The hell? Okay. Alright, so hold on, I'm gonna try one more time. You tell me if you can hear it now. You ready? Here we go. Fake follower. Here we go. Can you hear that? Did that one work? We got the sound for that one? Okay. You want to know what the issue is? This is wild. You want to know what the issue is? If I turn on the option through OBS for me to hear the alert notification, you guys can't hear it. If I turn off the option for me to hear the alert notification, you guys can hear it. That's literally the most unhelpful thing, because if I don't hear the alert notification, that's not helpful. I kind of need to know if somebody's following or subscribing. Me hearing the notification is a little important. Oh, God. I'm not a fan of OBS. The software is a mess. Listen, it's weird because it'll work perfectly and then just stop working and change things that I don't understand why it changed and do all of this bullshit. And it drives me crazy. So, this is gonna have to be what it is. Yeah, it's weird because it is a fantastic software. And that's weird to say. I know it's got its problems. OBS is a fantastic software. But the problem is when it goes wrong, problem solving why it went wrong is wild. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy to try and fix it. It's like, no answer. And appropriately, we have the You Are Dead to Us cup today. I'm gonna leave it like that. I guess I just won't know when alerts happen. So guys, the only thing I'll ask then is if we get raided, or if somebody new comes in and follows or subscribes or something, please yell at me in Twitch chat the same way you do for redemptions, because I will see chat. That way I can be like, oh my God, I'm not ignoring you, I swear, I just can't hear alerts, because otherwise it breaks. Oh my God. I should always be able to see it, because I keep the stream on this side and I do things on this side, so I should always see it, unlike redemptions, but you never know. I still can't get the multi-stream to work properly. Oh, do you mean on Twitch, Fox Daddy? Like the whatchamacallums? Because that is a Twitch problem versus an OBS problem. Hey, Rizky, welcome. I don't think the Switch 2 is out yet. But when it is out, your girl gonna be getting it. And we're gonna be playing some Zelda. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait a little bit because I gotta let the actual people that are good at tech figure out how to, like, stream through whatever the Switch 2 system is. Because the Switch 1 already doesn't like being streamed. I haven't figured that out yet, and I don't want to buy equipment until we get there. I love the lick. Lick the 3 dots. To the audio search you made it. Click advanced audio private chat. No, Gal. That's the issue. Gal, if I go into audio properties, and I turn on the option for me to hear it, so monitor only or monitor and output, that means you guys can't hear it. I have to have monitor off for you guys to hear it. If I can hear it, you can't. That's what I was playing with, was that feature. Because usually that's how I would hear what's happening. But if I turn it on so that I could hear it, you guys can't hear it anymore. That was the issue. I was like, oh, okay, sure, fuck me, I guess. Oh, on OBS. Oh, wait, multi-stream to different platforms? Does OBS do that? I use Restream. And then I take their stream key and I pop it into OBS and call it a day. I didn't know OBS could do that. I have no idea what the multi-stream stuff. Twitch is hard enough. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, they just updated it? Maybe that's what... I bet it updated OBS and it fucked over all my bullshit. Dang it, OBS. I have to individually start the stream on Twitch and YouTube. OBS is supposed to let you stream to other platforms. Well, I don't know if it does it through its own system or if you can just do the stream key. Let me see. Oh, it's not going to let me look while I'm live. So, Fox Daddy, if you do custom or there's a restream option in your stream settings for OBS, then you can use restream and paste that stream key in there, and so that'll send you to both Twitch and YouTube. No, you should be able to do it right in OBS. I don't know then. I never tried to do it straight through OBS. I can't help you there. I don't know. I got the option to stream on TikTok, which is funny. So here's the thing about streaming on TikTok. A, we'll see if they actually go through with the ban. B, TikTok has a, like, follower count limit before you're allowed to go live. So all of these platforms will be like, hook up your account and stream live to TikTok. It won't work unless your account has already gone past TikTok's rules. So you have to have a certain amount of followers and a certain amount of viewers before TikTok will let you go live. So it won't bypass TikTok's system, even though it gives you the option and looks like you can. Otherwise, I would be live on TikTok too. Yes, Gal, please help anybody. Streaming on TikTok is awful. It's not worth it, honestly. Well, it won't be worth it if the app gets banned, that's for sure. We're all going to switch over to Red Note. But it is what it is. You're supposed to do it for views, which, like, I don't mind doing it. I would do it. But Restream only lets you do 2 platforms, and TikTok is not, I haven't met TikTok stats. I have not posted any shorts in forever because I hate my life, and I refuse to edit. I refuse. So that's just how it's gonna go. I have so many from the Candela Obscura series, like season 2, that I need to create and post. Haven't done it because it drives me crazy, genuinely. But yes, welcome everybody. I'm glad to see you again. Yesterday, as I was saying, did a one-shot for the Queer XP. That podcast will be out eventually. And I'll let y'all know when it comes out. It was a lot of fun. Did it for the System Die. I'm trying to play with new systems. So today we're going to talk about the theme, not for the stage show, because we have our stage show kind of settled. Although, if you guys have any ideas for the plot or different characters or stuff for the stage show, you can let me know. But we're going to work on what the next in-house show is going to be, because I cannot say too much. But what I can say is, y'all know that I'm trying to take the voice acting workshop to as many conventions as possible this year. Last year we managed to go to 3. And I'm hoping to at least match that or to go to more. Our March plans fell through. That is all I can say live. So at the moment, we don't have a convention to go to in March, which is when I was planning to start going to conventions. So, in lieu of that fact, I think that will be the month that I can record our next in-house show. So I want to have a theme and a style and some things planned for the horror show. I know, gal. It is unfortunate. And we can chat in Discord DMs, but all I'm going to say is our March plans fell through. And I will say multiple March plans fell through. It was not just specific ones. We were speaking, and we're still speaking, with quite a few conventions. There's one that we did confirm. It's not until May, which is a really, really exciting opportunity, guys. Like, I am thrilled that we booked this one. So it's a bit of like it's a weird thing where, you know, rejection sucks, and today there's been a lot of rejection, especially on that side of things. And it was like, oh, I wanted these plans to work, and I want to take this workshop places, and like I want to do this. But on the flip side, about last week or so, we did confirm a very, very well-respected and good convention. And I won't release it yet because they have not released it yet for May. So there's some good to the bad that comes. But yeah, so we're kind of in that period of, well, if I don't have anything for March, then I want to use March to get people in here, get a crew casted, and film the in-house show. This is bullshit. Aww. Rachel, I travel to conventions for a living. Yes, please let us know when you have something planned. I'd love to stop by and check out your work. Yes, let's go, Fox Daddy. Fox Daddy, the second I am allowed to say publicly where I'm going, I will say it publicly. It will also be posted to socials. And again, all I can say at the moment is that we did confirm one that I'm very proud of and I'm very excited to work with. And I can't say too much about it, but they were incredibly kind, incredibly respectful, and I'm really excited about working with that convention. And I'm also excited, hopefully, for future, the upcoming months. At the moment, I haven't spoken to anyone in the April month. There aren't a lot of conventions that happen in April. Did you guys know this? But I'm hoping, June, July, August, all of these months that maybe we can get something working. What's funny is, and just to be clear, this is not bad blood when I say March plans fell through. It was just discussions that didn't work. So that is what I will say. And we were offered by some of those discussions, because they're sort of companies, to go to other versions of conventions that they run. The issue for us is distance, right? Like, if you run a convention in California and Boston, both of those, right, are huge distances for us to get to, especially because, now they don't know this, obviously it's not on them, y'all know I don't drive, which means there's one driver. It is just my sister. So that's like a huge distance for her to have to drive by herself, right? Both ways. Way too much. And conventions, by the way, no, I'm going to snooze this ad break. Let's snooze that. I will also say it is so incredibly amazing and sweet that there are conventions who are like, hey, we can't work with you this time around, but would you want to come here? Or would you want to do this? Those conventions are so sweet and so amazing. And I wish I could say yes if it wasn't across the country. I will fight the venue. I'm so sad. I was so excited for March. I'm sorry, gal. I knew you were going to be the worst person to break the news to. I will talk to you about it later. But, yeah, I was excited to be down there and meet a lot of people too. Hopefully I'll be free to come by depending if I'm tapped for another convention. I only have one con coming up. That's okay, Fox Daddy. Listen. You let me know if you're there, let's go, and if not, no worries, because I would love to see you there, Fox Daddy, genuinely. Gal knows, anybody who met me at conventions last year knows that when I am doing something, like when I'm in the middle of it and I'm running these workshops, I am in it. I do not stop for a second. All right? There's not a second that goes by. I'm with you. We engage. I let you go. Next person. And that I do not stop. So the only thing that makes me stop is when Brianna's like, hi, we need to take a break. We're stopping here. Go take 10 minutes to pee. And then I'm like, okay. Eating a granola bar as I go pee. Like, that is all I do. Because I love it so much. That's why I reopened, which, by the way, if anyone wants to join me for an episode, feel free. I was inspired by y'all. I reopened the voice acting coaching series. I've already had a couple of people reach out to me. We've scheduled some sessions. They're going to be pre-recorded, not done live, because I like that better. But I reopened it because y'all know I love teaching. I love coaching, whether I get it through the voice acting workshops or whether I get it through the coaching series, whatever. So I reopened it. I'm excited to work with more people. Oh my God, I'm thrilled. I'm going to feel so odd meeting you and Gal. It's always strange meeting internet people. It is strange. It is strange to meet internet people, but Fox Daddy, if it gives you any consolation, I won't remember. Literally, I see Gal every week now because Gal and I record a podcast, which, by the way, will officially be out next Tuesday, and it'll come out weekly. I see Gal and talk to Gal every week, weekly, for 2 hours, and I still don't remember what she looks like every single time. Every single time. This is not a joke. It's just not in my capacity. I don't know what it is. I'm sure I will get Alzheimer's and dementia and die a horrid death, but like, I just don't have it. I take offense to that. Okay. Okay. You can if you want. Like, I don't. Literally, it's not how my brain works. I can't remember anything ever. I'll have you know my good looks will make you remember me. You might think that, but honey, it don't work that way. I wish it worked that way, but it won't work that way. If it's any consolation, I'm just as odd IRL. I love that gal. God tier. God tier. I'm bad with names, but faces I can remember for the most part. That's an excellent skill. That is a fabulous skill, Fox Daddy. Good on you. Because at least that way you're like, I know you from somewhere, right? And if you know that, then that makes the other person feel very comfortable. Whereas for me, I'm like, I've met you before? And the person will go, we're related. And I'll be like, okay. Like, sorry. This is why I won the first podcast. Accurate. For the very first episode of the podcast, which again comes out next Tuesday, wink wonk, Gal and I did an icebreaker thing where you had to answer questions about each other. She schooled my ass. Literally got so many questions right. Even the questions that were fully gag questions and not meant to be taken seriously, she got correct. And I got like every single fucking answer wrong. Every single one. Not even a joke, yo. Not even a joke. Oh my God. I know faces and how I first met you, but names are an enigma. That's fair. Some people know faces, some people know names. I know neither. I won't remember you. Ever. Also, ad break in about 30 seconds. For my Twitch people. But yes, don't worry about it. We'll meet in person at some point. Again, I can't say anything, but I'm hoping some of the ones in June and July and so forth and so on reach out to me. Oh, I will say, I am looking into not bringing the voice acting workshop, but I'm looking into attending some big TTRPG conventions as like a game master or an event host. So those tend to happen more in the fall territory. But things like like PAX Unplugged or what's the other one? Gen Con and stuff. I'm looking into applying as like a GM, as an event host. I don't fully understand the process and how it works, so I'm trying to look into it more because I don't quite get it. But I'm trying to. I can distinctly remember our first interaction, and even when I met Brianna, I love that gal. I tell her all the time that you guys love her. Every time she asks me about stream or she puts it on and stuff, I go, you better pop in every now and again because chat fucking loves you. And it's true. Let's be honest. You should apply for ScareCon or HorrorCon. But see, the thing is, I don't know what I would bring. That's my issue, is like, I wouldn't bring the voice acting workshop to TTRPG conventions because that's not what they want. That's not their crowd. So I don't know what I would bring to a ScareCon or a HorrorCon. Like, I get that I do horror acting, but a lot of people that are attending, like, HorrorCons aren't looking to learn that. Yeah, I don't think they're looking for that. I do not think they'd be interested in that. Most HorrorCon attendees are just fans of horror. They're not trying to be in the genre. They just enjoy the genre, you know what I mean? Screaming, crying, and dying. That's right, Theta. However, I will say I have considered bringing a, like, improv class. Because, and I will argue this point till the day I die, everybody loves improv. Even if they don't know it, everybody loves improv, okay? Everybody loves improv. So I have considered bringing improv, like, workshops and events to people. I just don't know what to call them. Because I can't call them improv events, because then crowds, audience markets, like a horror convention, like maybe a TTRPG, maybe not, but whatever, will not want to take that because that's not the word that they associate with the thing. You know what I mean? Like, if I was going to a TTRPG convention and held an event that was going to be an improv event, I would call it role-playing event because that's what they know it as. So I don't know what I'd call it anywhere else. You can do an Eldritch God panel? See, the thing is, okay, so I know I love horror, and I do. A lot of horror is films and movies and books. I don't like, oh God, put me in hot water now. I don't like films and movies and books. I am like a show and series person solely. So I don't know that I fit in very well with the horror people, which is why I've not gone to horror conventions. Because I feel like I'm the equivalent of putting on a band t-shirt and then everybody in the convention is going to ask me to name a song from that band. And I'm going to name the top number one song that everybody and their mother knows, and then they're going to be ashamed of me for it. Yes, Fox Daddy, that is the correct emoji. That is the correct emote. I don't know how to explain it. I love horror as in the actual, like, noun and what the noun stands for. You know what I mean? I like the, I am scared. Emotion. Not necessarily like, I like every horror film, and I've seen everyone, because I haven't even seen the classics. Like, I'm telling you, I dislike movies to the point where I cannot get myself to sit down and watch, like, Nightmare Before Elm Street. Because I'm gonna be bored to death. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm literally gonna sit there and watch it go, and then pick up my phone and play on my phone. They're just, even things like I have not sat down and watched Hereditary, which is supposed to be super hella scary and such a good horror movie. It doesn't appeal to me to sit down and watch it. I'm like, why do I want this? Like, tangentialing off topics of emotes, I made an emote for a friend today. Oh, gal, what was it? Can you tell us? You enjoy the experience of horror, not necessarily horror media. Yes, Theta. Yes, that is a great way to put it. I enjoy the intensity of the emotion that comes with the experience of horror. And I enjoy, feel free to clip this for your sadistic purposes. I enjoy inflicting the intense experience of being afraid onto other people. But I don't necessarily have that much of an interest in sitting down and watching a horror movie. It just doesn't do much for me. Small toothless the dragon holding a sign that says hi. Oh, did you just DM it to me? I heard my Discord notifs go off. Hold on. I hope. Let me know if this fucks the stream up. Discord is gonna make me click a button. Let me know if this fucks the stream up. I assume we can all still hear me. Hopefully that's fine. Oh, that's so cute. I love him. He's adorable. I love him. He's so cute. It's okay, Rachel. Some of you people are just uncultured. And you know what, Fox Daddy? I would be angry. But you're right. You're right. Like, anytime someone calls me, like, back when the insult used to be the video and audio desynced, but that's it. Okay, good to know. Back when a good insult used to be uncultured swine, which also, please bring that back. Love that. That is a correct insult for me. I am uncultured to the maximum. So yes, I take this. You enjoy horrifying and being horrified. There you go, Theta. There you go. That's the right way to put it, Theta. My friend is a large fan of dragons. Oh, I love that, gal. That's so cute. I like him. We love a little toothless. I like it very much. Speaking of calling someone a swine and that being an insult, right? Because swine means pig. People, the word like heifer and cow and sow have come back into the insult dictionary very like low key. But they have come back into the insult dictionary. And I'm very surprised because it's not seen as like horrid. So it's interesting because there are people who get really upset with like the insults from the words like whore or slut, right? I'm like, all right, if somebody's actually calling you any word, those words included, you can get upset. But jokingly, those words are not offensive to me. And different words mean different things to other people. But if you jokingly, like, are trying to make fun of someone, and you call them, like, a sow, or a heifer, or a cow, that one's a little weird to me. I wouldn't be upset about it, but I'd be a little bit like, oh, okay, no need to call her a cow. All right, calm down. You know what I mean? But whereas if you call her a little whore, I'm like, yeah, she dressed like a whore, ain't she? You know what I mean? But I get the difference. Some people, it used to be when I was in high school, I said like bastard or some shit. Some people were like, oh, that's a horrible one. You can't say that one. I'm like, fuck off. I can say bastard. Get out of here. You know, it is what it is. Whore is such a fun word. Yes, it is. Who's using those terms? I haven't heard sound outside of the BDSM community. I know, right, Fox Daddy? That's why I was so surprised. I heard it lately. I was like, where you come from? The 1800s? What you mean, Sal? Like, are they still gendered insults? Yes, Theta. Yeah. Whore, slut, sow are all gendered still. They're all very female-centered, derogatory terms. I don't think, my personal opinion, I do not think we will ever separate the gendered insult, the gender from the insult of whore and slut. I do not think that will ever be separated simply because we don't live in a culture and we have never really lived in a culture where a man doing the equivalent would be considered in that derogatory fashion. So, yeah, I don't think we will ever be non-gendered, or I don't think it will ever not be female gender oriented. in my personal opinion. Again, I don't give a shit. I call people whores and sluts all the time. I don't care. And you can call me that. I don't care. I'm asexual, so I think it's funny if you call me a whore and a slut. That doesn't bother me. But, like, I think it will always be attached to the female gender because the male equivalent is, like, a playboy or something in that, like a player. And none of those have the intense negative association that the female ones do. So I don't think they're interchangeable. Cow I understand, but not sour heifer. Yeah, I get that energy. I used to call my friend a man whore, and I call my little brother that at times. Man whore, yeah, that one I've heard. That one has always been a joke. I see we are not playing Baited Kaitos yet. Hi, Brianna. We all say in unison. We love you, Brianna. Y'all, Brianna was making fun of me today because I was like, okay, I go live today. You can jump in if you want. And she goes, every time I jump into your stream, you're not doing what you say we're going to do. And I was like, well, you jump in at the beginning. We like to talk. I like to talk. This is my dream to not do what I say I'm going to do. I would only talk all day long if I could. Also, everybody's here tonight because I changed it up slightly. We're actually going to work on what the plan is for our in-house horror show. And it's possibly not even going to be Candela Obscura. That we have to talk about. Because I have an option, and I need to know what you guys think. But yes, hello, I am here for my followers. Yes, this is Brianna's cult. Guys, send out your worship and your prayers. Our God, Brianna, is here. This is her cult. I love this. This is God tier energy. When I brought the idea that there's no male equivalent of those terms to my mother, she mentioned that scumbag originally referred to as a used condom and a promiscuous man. Theta, that's interesting. I appreciate her opinion on that because I did not know that that was the origin of that. That is actually really important. And you know what? It does give some credence to the idea that at some point it was seen as, yeah, that's right. Follow Brianna. Do it. That's right. Do it. Here, I'll follow her right now. That's right. Sorry, for my Twitch viewers, they just put up a shout out to follow Brianna. But that's really interesting because it does give credence to the idea that at some point in history, at least for a brief period, there was the same intensely negative reaction. Because that is, I would say, negative in the same way that horror slut are. But for a man. That's interesting, Theta. Thank you for that. And thank your mom for that. Tell her I say hi. I doubt she knows who I am, but tell her I say hi. The first 2 hours is yapping, and the last half hour is gaming. And the other half hour is technical difficulties. Accurate. Accurate, gal. That is correct. 2 hours of yapping, half an hour of playing the game, and half an hour of technical difficulties is how this stream works. We have to convince Rachel to play Marvel Rivals? Fox Daddy, here's my rule when it comes to games. I will play any game that is free or somebody else buys for me. So is Marvel Rivals free? If I can stream it without paying any money, I'll play it. I don't give a shit. What do I play it on? What's it in Steam? I'm still trying to get Rachel to play Clue. I'd have to pay for Clue. I ain't paying for things. Rivals is free. Yes, it's free. Okay, what's it on? Is it on Steam? What's it on? Is it on Steam? Let me see. Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals. Okay, you want me to download it right now? Select an option or click next in queue to skip this item and see the net discovery queue. What the fuck? I don't know what the fuck that is. It's on PC via Steam. Alright, I'll download it and play it. Fuck it. Add to library. Play. Install. Accept. Okay, it's installing. Watch me hate this game. You don't actually have to get the game. Too late. I'll probably pull it up and hate it and we'll call it a day. Because I probably will not be able to play it to save my life. Y'all wait. I may one day be the infamous Enigma that appears on camera once again. One day she'll be back. One day she'll be back. Or you'll see it in person whenever I'm allowed to reveal the May convention. Possibly in June. Whenever we're allowed to do that, I'll let you know. Maybe I'll even put her in the ads. I'll do one of those TikTok things where I walk up to her and I'll go, Brianna, guess what? And she'll just look at me like, are you making a video? I'll be like, guess what? She'll be like, why are you filming me? I'll be like, just guess what? She'll be like, what? I'll be like, what convention are we going to? And then she can say it. I'll do one of those. And nobody will know what we're doing. But we'll know. It'll be funny. Rivals is easy to get into. It's very easy to play with your community. Alright, fuck it. I don't care what we do. I just like to talk. And I like these streams because they make me happy. And, that's kind of all there is to it. So I'll do whatever y'all want. Provided don't break no TOS. I don't care. Yes. What were the words I was looking for? I had Bait and Kaitos up, but I will try... Here, let me close Bait and Kaitos. My Switch connectors are already up. Quit the game. We'll un-Bluetooth. Hold on. Bluetooth. Open. Turn off. Alright. My Joy-Cons are no longer connected. Alright. So, first though, we gotta talk about what we're doing for our next show. So, again, because things I cannot name fell through in March, again, on fine and okay terms, things fell through in March. Again, oop-diddy, doop-diddy, schmoop-diddy, poop-diddy. Uh-oh. Are we back yet? Are we back yet? Hello? Oh no. Oh no, we're back on YouTube. Oh no. The half hour of technical difficulties. Are we back yet? We're back on YouTube. I don't know if we're back on Twitch. I don't have us back on Twitch yet. We back on Twitch yet? I'll refresh. Okay, we back. You know what happened? And Fox Daddy? We're back on Twitch. Okay. Fox Daddy, you know what happened? It was your fault. Because you know why I did that, Fox Daddy? It was trying to download Marvel's Rivals. It was trying to download Marvel Rivals. And it said, oh, while you're streaming, I don't think so. So no Marvel Rivals. Oh boy. I appreciate the shout outs, but I have no idea what they mean. You don't need to know what they mean. That's not for you to know. You don't need to know. In my defense, I did say you didn't have to get the game. That's true. That's true. You know what? In a court of law, I think that's a fair defense, actually. You know what? Fair defense. Fair defense. I think that's... Alright. I won't blame you. Okay. Now. Gal had mentioned murder mystery, I think. I can write it down as an option. Couple of things I wanted to discuss about the in-house show. One, if we stay in Candela Obscura, I think we might go back past when the book takes place into the era when, like, phenomena and eldritch beings and magic and alchemists all lived together. I think that might be a cool era to play in. Or we stay in this current timeline, but we get out of New Fair. And we play in a different location in the world. Now, that would require some work on developing the location, which I'm not good at. But those are some options. Saying Rachel shouldn't or can't do something immediately ensures she's going to do it. Accurate. Accurate. Fully accurate and correct. I am the definition of triple dog dare you, okay? Like, uh-oh. Okay, so that's an option. We could go back into the alchemist time period. We could go into a different location. Two other options available to us that involve not playing Candela Obscura. One, y'all know I'm a big Smosh fan. Smosh has recently introduced me. Not fully recently. Oh, Twitch is very much back. Okay. Hi, Stream Elements. Smosh has recently been playing a couple of series, they've done 3 of them now, of Dread. For anyone who doesn't know, Dread is Jenga, but improv. So all it is if you were ever to roll a dice in a normal TTRPG, you have to pull a Jenga block and put it back on top without knocking over the tower. If you knock over the tower at any point in time, your character dies. No exceptions, no questions, no changes, that's it. If you want to, you may sacrifice yourself and push over the tower in order to get an automatic success on something. If you want to, you may fail whatever you are trying to do and not die, because you will not have to pull a block if you fail, but you have a consequence because you failed. And that's it. That's all the Dread is. And the Jenga tower aspect makes it so much fun to watch because you're terrified of people knocking over the tower and doing it incorrectly. But that's all the game is. So we could do literally any kind of horror production with the Jenga tower. And if we want, we could do giant Jenga, where it's literally like people-sized. We could do regular Jenga. We could do anything that adds that variable element. So like any casual game. Whether it is, I don't know what other games we would use, but anything like that, right? It's just Jenga is the one that I've been watching through Smosh, which is Dread. So that is an option. The third option, that is kind of available, kind of not available, is we use Daggerheart, because I was talking about this to you guys earlier, how I have some people who would be interested in playing a dramatic horror Shakespeare King Arthur style show, where you are knights and wizards and going out to, like, you know, kind of adventurer style, but bad things. And there's creatures and magic and that kind of stuff, and we just make it more horrific than the normal things. And Gal knows how much I love Shakespeare. Okay, we were talking about this again yesterday on the podcast, and we talked about it on the first episode of the podcast. I love Shakespeare. She loves Shakespeare. So we could do something along that route and do that for March. The only issue with using a system like Daggerheart is, what's the easiest way to put this? Daggerheart, I thought you hated Shakespeare? I know, right, Gal? I know. The only problem with using a system like Daggerheart is A, I don't own it, and B, it's not released yet, and does not have an official release date. So we would be playing on the beta, and things might change. So we might not be able to use the Daggerheart system. However, I think it would still be fun to do that Shakespeare Old English theme, even with not using, like, the systems I've mentioned. So, what do we feel about that? How do we make it horrific and scary what system should we use type of energy. The Scottish game, literally Theta. You know how much I love the Scottish game. What if you made a Shakespeare-inspired TTRPG? I'm listening. I'm lost. Good night, Brianna. Good night. We love you. I'm listening, but remember, we tried to make a murder mystery killing game one, and we put that on hiatus. So I don't know how good of an idea trying to make another one is. Although I do want to run a show that's similar to The Devil's Plan and just do it myself. I'm just not good at puzzles. So bad at puzzles. I'll have to get your puzzle making skills, gal, when we do that show, because I do want to do that show. But I'm thinking I want to do something Old English, Shakespeare, King Arthur style horror. And I'm wondering if you guys would be down for that. And if you are down for that, what are things that we could do, or aspects of the world, or ways in which we could make it scary? You can make up your own simple TTRPG system that uses mostly role-playing and less dice. I could come up with a homebrew system for you if you wanted. You can if you want to. I'm also considering this might lead us into doing more improv-based series instead of TTRPG systems. Because y'all know that was kind of the push goal anyways. So maybe we just kind of remove some of those elements altogether. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I'll just give them dice, and I'll be like, roll me a D whatever. And there still aren't stats or anything like that. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Or maybe we'll play with Dread. Or maybe we'll play with cards. I don't know. I know there can be an error. We might not play with anything. But I definitely need ideas and concepts. Raise his hand. Okay. Theta's down for Shakespeare horror. That might be the only incentive I need is for Theta to say yes, frankly. But okay, so if we're gonna do this, if we're gonna go Shakespeare, we're gonna go Old English, we're gonna go like good old-fashioned, what is that, 1600s? Shakespeare, like King Arthur, Knights of the Round Table. I want to put King Arthur. I'm going to call it Merlin because I love the BBC TV show Merlin from like 2012. So that's where my brain goes. Shakespeare horror sounds fun. Let's go. Okay. So that might be our theme. So let's start talking about ideas and concepts here. So, yes, I love that kind of jazz. I love Merlin BBC TV show energy. So, first and foremost, I think there's one thing that maybe we should avoid. Or at the very least, avoid it being the big baddie. As much as I love them, as much as they are my favorite thing on the planet, I think we need to avoid the BBEG being a dragon. Because that is too fantasy-coded. It's way too fantasy-coded. Like adventure style. It's going to take away, I think, from the horror. I don't think there's a way to make a dragon fall into the horror category enough. There's ways to make scary dragons, but ultimately they're still fantasy, right? So I think we need to, I'm going to put a little tab that says, avoid dragon. I think that's important. So, what else can we do to lean this more into horror instead of leaning this too far into fantasy? I know we've talked about before ideas like plagues and disease, right? That can help. You could do demons. They're simple and plot twisty. Yes. So I like that. Let me write this down. Plagues, disease, demons, excellent. Demons, and there's a word I'm looking for. Demons and devils, because they would have called them devils in Shakespeare's time. That's what I want. Demons and devils. Coven of hags. I love the idea of hags and witches. Macbeth, loves its hags. It's triple witches, hags, and witches. They're haunted by previous playwrights. Okay. Haunted by playwrights and souls, etc. Love this. Shakespeare loves hags, witches. Let's see. Oh, we've got in the hags and witches categories, we've got like Lady of the Lake territory. They love that story. They love, like, Hamlet has ghosts and stuff. They usually like, silent killings. Like, instead of, sometimes there's war and super big fights, but a lot of times there's, like, silent killings or assassinations, right? It's more important to be in the moment of plotting than it is to be in the killing moment, which I think is really cool. Like, yes, people die. Yes, like, right, if we're talking Hamlet or Macbeth or whatever, people are dying. But it is the moment that he gets stabbed behind the curtain or the king dies even. That exact moment that they die is less important than the plotting and the conversation and the emotion of it. So I like that. What else could we do? There's some characters we could do. Maybe we could... Let's see. Maybe we could... I like the demons and the devils. I like the clerics calling upon gods. Clerics could be really good here. I think that could be helpful. We could pull... If we go King Arthur style, there's some, like, mage and magic stuff. I think it would be fun if you delved into rough drafts, coming back to hot players. The inconsistency. Maybe the forgotten about characters are angry. Ooh, interesting. Forgotten, okay. I think... Oh, you know what? This is... forgotten stuff makes me think about, like, graveyards and stuff. Because there's the concept of, like, unmarked graves and, like, slaughtered battlefields and stuff like that. I think that's cool. Battlefields would be cool. What could be, oh, they could be called darlings. Ooh, that's cute. That's cute. I like that. What about... Okay. This just came into my head. Tell me if this sounds like a horrid campaign idea. What if, this isn't necessary, it's the same energy and like era that this all would take place in, but not like the idea of like writing stories and stuff. What if the group, like the campaign, is an escort mission? Where like they have to escort someone who, and maybe it's one of the other players, and the rest of the group thinks they are like wholly incapable, like cannot fight, you know, have to be protected and kept alive type of energy. Obviously the player playing that character would have something up their sleeve. But what if it's like escort mission style? Because I know escort missions suck in video games, but I kind of love the concept of, you know, you've been tasked by like the king or the whatever to get this person to whatever kingdom, and it's like, oh my god, you gotta go through, oh, Zelda style, haunted forest, the like Lost Woods forest, like you can't get out of them, you know, like a thing that's forever a maze, getting lost, yeah. What if everyone thinks they're the escort? The problem with that is I think that's too funny. I think that's a little too funny. Because I think it's funny, everybody shows up and they're like, are you my escort to get... I think I would laugh too hard. I think we gotta go a little more serious because I would laugh so hard. Oh my god. I would laugh so hard if everybody thinks they're the escort. Well, okay, so what if we go escort route? What if? Because now I'm thinking like Fire Emblem style, where you have to, one of your party members is like the fragile little girl, but she has the most powerful attack in the game, even though she dies in one hit, like glass cannon style. What if they, like, what if the escort turns out to be, I don't know, the one in charge or something? Maybe they're testing the group and they're not actually the innocent one. Maybe it's one of those flip-sided ones where when they show up at like the end of the campaign to the king to deliver this person or whatever, the person walks in and is like, thanks, I was the king the whole time. But that feels too funny. That feels too funny. We can't go funny like that. What about... Oh, what could we do? What could we do? What if they're escorting, like, they don't get told what it is, but what it actually is that they don't know is that they're escorting, like, a sacrifice to, whether it's a cult, you know, whatever. If you guys have played the Senua Saga, the newest one, there's, like, a whole group where they are plotting to, like, they, like, set people up on poles to get eaten by this god creature so that their village stays safe type of energy. What if our group is, like, escorting somebody that is gonna end up being a sacrifice, but they don't know it? That could be cool. Maybe there's a sacrifice? Maybe there's a sacrifice they don't know about. That could be cool. I really like this concept of, like, traditional Knights at the Round Table type of thing. Maybe we'd lean more into the King Arthur style and the Merlin style, because this is kind of vibing. Question is, how do we make it a little more scary? What could we make the plot? We could definitely do cult. We have not done a religious one yet. We have not done a religious horror yet. So, I don't know what the plot would be if we go for a religious horror. There's a lot of, like, old Christianity and stuff that we can play with in you know, like, King Arthur knighthood horror, so that might be cool. The knights are sent to find the damsel or the darling. Ooh, I like this. Sent to find damsel or darling. That's cool. You got religion horror? Okay, gal, let me throw this at you then. What would be some cool ideas? Let's assume, because I'm liking this King Arthur pathway, let's assume it is a group of knights. Every player is like a knight in some way. Knight of the Round Table type of thing. What mission or plot or villain could we initiate and put into place that might be attached to some sort of like a religious-y, culty style of horror? Where maybe there's a mage that is trying to like call down or something. I don't know, maybe they're invoking the end of the world. I have no idea. Or they're calling down the plagues. Maybe they're calling the plagues to initiate like the apocalypse. Yeah, like Old Testament style, maybe, right? Like, maybe trying to cause apocalypse, Old Testament style, to wipe the earth of, like, you know, people and their sins or something. That could be cool. That could be cool. The church itself can be corrupt, and you can go Crusades route, and the players slowly realize they're the bad ones. Wait. That's cool. That's cool. Curses and summoning demons is pretty common. Okay, so let me do curses too. Ooh. Crusades route where players slowly realize they are on the wrong side and church is corrupt and evil. Ooh. I kind of love that. I like that. Because, okay, here's the thing. The other thing I wanted to do when Daggerheart is actually out, which again I don't think we'll be able to use for this one, is I want to run a villains campaign. But when I run a villains campaign, I want them to know they're villains and purposefully be being that way. But for a show like this, for the one in March that's a horror, I love the idea that they're like almost Hunchback of Notre Dame style, where they're like Phoebus and they're knights for the church, and then they realize, we're the bad guys. I think that would be so cool. The players start as squires and aiming to gain knighthood, only to realize that the king they serve isn't human, a good person, or the actual problem. Ooh, I love this. Squires to knighthood. Realize the king they serve isn't human or a good person or the real problem, etc. Believe it or not, there are stories of Knights of the Round Table encountering knights from the Arab world and coming to respect them. Theta, give me all the knowledge you have from this. I love that. That sounds so cool. Wait, that sounds... Guys, we might have to go this route because I love, like, this Merlin, Knights of the Round Table energy, like, Crusades. This is cool. And as a former Catholic, I'm allowed to fuck around with the Crusades, okay? Robin Hood and Prince John energy. Yes. Yes. That is excellent analogy. Yes. Okay. So, let's assume then, let's take an assumption that maybe the king or the leader is bad, evil, not human, whatever. What is his goal? What is his plan that he's hiding? Should we go classic, like, I'm trying to rule the world or I'm trying to end the world? I'm trying to cleanse the world of, like, sin and humanity? What should we go, like, what should be his big thing that he's trying to do? You know what I mean? Or is he just cruel? Is it just, like, do we go an Epic the Musical route where it's just Poseidon being, like, you know... like, oh, forgive the child, he's only a boy. And the king is like, of course we forgive him. Cut off his hand type of energy. Like, we have to set an example for these people. I let him live. Like, that kind of thing. Like, what do we think? If you wanted to go demons, exorcism is a good option that is quite spooky. Okay. Love that. So, okay. So I will say this. Devils and curses and demons and hags, I like adding into this knighthood stuff. I'm going to avoid exorcism because I want to take the idea of exorcism and possession and seances and keep those for our stage show in October. Because I want them to be able to, like, exorcise the evil stuff and, like, salt circles and stuff. So we're going to keep that to the October stage show. But I love demons, devils, curses, witches, hags. And I love this religious aspect. I'm loving this knighthood stuff. He could be trying to live forever to become the perfect human. Ooh, I like that. He could be trying to live forever to become the perfect human. I like that. What else could be his energy? What other, like, evil, cruel thing could be happening? There is no morality when it comes to perfection. That's a great statement. There is no morality when it comes to perfection. That's cool. Dun, dun. My instinct would be just cruel, but that moves the supernatural element from him. Not necessarily, Theta. Because we could go back to what Gal said earlier, where the king isn't the real problem. So they're working for him, and they start to realize, oh, he's cruel, he's, like, mean, and we could obscure it so that the king has some sort of, like, hand in the evilness that is happening, but he's not the root of the problem. We could do a classic thing where it's like, you think the king is like the worst of the worst, but in reality, it's a Sultan and Jafar moment, and Jafar is the one pulling the strings, right? So the cleric, the royal advisor, is the puppet. Yes, exactly. Like, you could see him starting to rot, he could be a puppet, and it turns out the royal, like, religious advisor or whatever is the one that's controlling him. A Lady Macbeth moment! That's how it comes full circle. Wait, this is brilliant. Theta, Gal, you guys are brilliant. Okay, hold on. Ready? King is cruel, but... Uh-oh, did I fuck up the Twitch stream? No, okay, alright. King is cruel, but ultimately just a puppet. Doesn't realize / is being manipulated by royal advisor religious guy who is gonna, like, maybe he's gonna summon something, maybe he's gonna kill someone who is true evil. You finally get to rewrite your Macbeth moment where the king isn't a bitch. Accurate. Listen, Macbeth's a little whiny slut baby whore, and I hate him. I hate Macbeth. He's a little fucking bitch who doesn't deserve to be king. Alright? Lady Macbeth should be king. Every day, all day. In fact, you know what? Side note, royal advisor, woman police for Justice Lady Macbeth. Okay. What if it's not the king but the queen? Gal, we are in the same wavelength. It's not... I love this. It's not the king. It's the queen. Oh my god. And she's someone that they think they like. And she's always like, I know he is cruel, but, you know, I try to do this or that. And then eventually when they finally, like, fight the king is like, there's something that slips that tells them that, like, uh-oh, the queen's the one who's been controlling him. The queen is the true problem, using the king and his demeanor to gain eternal beauty. Gal, I love this. I love this. Let's switch it from beauty. I want to get rid of the classic beauty idea. That's a little too straight hag for me. What could she be trying to gain instead of beauty? It could be, she's using him, or maybe siphoning his life, or, maybe, does she want to, okay, so maybe she wants to be in charge? This one I'm wondering for Gal, maybe she wants to be in charge. Like, the king is doing all these cruel things, and she's, like, kind of, like, manipulating him, she's drawing energy from him, power from him, in order so that he becomes, like, more and more evil, and then he gets taken out, eventually assassinated, killed, whatever, and she can rule. Because she's obviously actually has magic or some shit, but she gets in charge. Perhaps the king wants a spear of destiny, the spear that pierced the side of Christ to guarantee him victory in war. Theta, that's so cool. Wait, and that could be why they think it's him. Oh, wait, okay. Maybe King wants... Okay. I'm gonna put magical weapon or some other powerful thing, and we'll go after it at any cost. But obviously, it is Queen who really wants it. That could be cool. Yes, Theta, yes. Because then what could be happening is that's why they're like, this guy is like evil and awful, because he's doing these awful things to get like this weapon, this like legendary weapon, kind of like the King Arthur sword, kind of like Excalibur territory. But in reality, it is the Queen trying to get in possession and take over the kingdom. Yeah, I love this. What if she came from a line of witches and she's getting revenge? Ooh, I like that. She wants magical item. Maybe she's from line of witches to get revenge. That's really Merlin territory. That is literally the idea of, oh my god. That is literally King Uther and Morgana. Where Uther is like, magic is bad and kill all the witches. And then Morgana's like, I've come back to destroy your entire kingdom because I'm a witch. That's what that is. The king is secretly begging for help by asking the party to get side items. Ooh, that could be cool. To help him. I love this. I love this very much. This is fun. Yes, getting excited indeed. I like this. Okay, so I like the idea that she is like a magical, powerful sorcerer lady. I like the idea that the king is cruel and stuff, but ultimately just her puppet. She plans for him to eventually be like assassinated or whatever the case is, and then she will take over the kingdom. Because again, there's gonna be no like misogyny in our world. I don't want that kind of stuff. So there's not gonna be any like a woman taking over the kingdom. Nothing like that. So it's feasible. And when he dies, she takes it over. And so I think that's her plan. Which is very Macbeth. His literal plan was, if I kill the king, I'm next in line. So, the queen makes him treat her cruelly in front of people, and then behind closed doors, she returns it tenfold. Ooh. Cruelly. I was gonna say cruelfully. I for sure like the idea that she's gotta come off meek and mild and you know, like, messed up by the cruel king or whatever it is. She's got to. And she's just like, it's my duty and I love him and all this bullshit. I still think we haven't hit the click moment for why she's doing it yet, though. I don't think revenge is quite what I want. I don't want, like, beauty or eternal life. Maybe it is just power. Maybe it is just getting to run the kingdom. I don't know. We haven't said something that clicks as that's the reason she's doing this for me yet. I like the idea of her getting big, evil, magical weapon. I'm not sure what that weapon should be. It shouldn't be a sword, because she's a magic baby. I'm not gonna give her a sword. I don't want to do Excalibur. So what should the weapon be? Maybe that'll help clarify why she's doing it. What should the magical weapon be? Magical weapon. Ooh, I like the non-human idea. Typical long, flowing blonde hair and pale skin. Yup, the damsel in distress, baby. I like the non-human idea. Queen as non-human. I like that idea. So we need the magical thing she's going after and why she would be doing this. Ooh, maybe she wants a quill that can shape reality when you write it. That's cool. Quill that can shape reality when you write with it. What else could we do? What else could we do? What else could it be? I know I don't want a sword. What are other items? Maybe we go classic crown. Maybe it's like a blood crown or something. And it's got some sort of like... Ooh! That could be cool if they get the crown or whatever. The king puts it on his head and it begins to like pierce into and through like eyes, ears, nose as it like out of him. And everybody's like, what the fuck? And then she is like, it like is like a fake evil thing or whatever. She has a typical girl, poor, married the king and still hates nobility. That could work. Let's see. Could be poor and hates nobility. Yeah, like a crown of thorns. Yeah, kind of like we bring back that Christianity religious theme in a crown of thorns. That could be cool. Like, bringing in those aspects without being direct about, like, Jesus and stuff. You know what I mean? Crown of thorns that, like, pierces through his eyes, ears, nose, etc. Class consciousness. Yep, theta. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Those who lived in gold will die in red. That's so cool. We haven't hit it yet. I like the idea of whatever the magical weapon is that's brought back ends up being something that is either like severely negative or useless, right? The party can be sent to go get rid of the crown, can be set to go get the ring of the crown and 3 magical gems. Ooh. I like this. Maybe sent to get crown and 3 gems, etc. I do like this concept that they get the thing, they bring it to the king, and ultimately it's either, I would say not real, but I like better the idea that it like corrupts him and kills him or something like that. Ooh, safeguarded by trials? That could be a good idea. Safeguarded by trials. I like that. What if you go Monty Python into Chalice? Ooh, that could be a good idea. Could be Chalice. I like that too. Could be a ring. Could go ring route. What other things could it be? What else could it be? What else could it be? When you drink from it, you gain power, but the king drinks and dies horribly. Ooh, that's a good idea for the chalice. Drink to gain power, but actually die. Plot twist, she's a mimic? Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Maybe she's a mimic. Oh, that would be so funny. Oh my gosh, that would be funny. What if you never hear her speak and her skin is always covered? Oh boy. Ooh, that's some nasty shit. Hear her speak and her skin is covered. What if, okay. There's a scene I have in my head. And I like this scene, but y'all know I always need help elaborating. So, I have this vision for our evil queen of like almost a nature route. Doesn't have to be nature. This is just the idea in my head. You know the concept of, like, the thing we're talking about, like, protruding from the throat and coming out through orifices? I like the idea of, like, as she's walking down whatever hallway of the castle or something and be like, this is my kingdom, and the group is like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. There are people that are, like, running and then also get things like, oh, pierce through the heart, and you get stuck on, like, it, and another person gets back into it, and, like, things are coming out and twisting and piercing them and making them almost as, like, display pieces. I don't want them frozen or in stone, but, like, being used as, like, mangled things. I like that concept. That's what's running through my head right now. I don't know how we would throw that into the idea of her or what. Oh my god. Okay, let me read yours, and then let me tell you what I just thought of, and let me know how it sounds. What if she was corrupted non-consensually, and the goal is to bring her back, but she's too far gone? Ooh. The king grows more cruel as nothing is working, and he's getting corrupted as well. I like that. Briars. Yes, gal. Like the, you know, like the giant thorn roses tentacle things. To me, they're tentacles, but I know usually they're portrayed as, like, giant thorn thingies. Let me write yours down for the queen and king thing. Both are getting corrupted, and he's trying to bring her back. They're called briars. Okay, good to know. Okay. That your concept of one's corrupting and trying to get them back reminds me of, like, Vox Machina style, where it's Delilah and stuff. Okay, so tell me if this is my own biases coming into it and it doesn't work. You guys know how I love the concept of the Four Horsemen. What if these trials are representations of, like, the Four Horsemen, and what the party doesn't or becomes to realize is that they're slaying the horsemen to, like, get these things, and they're bringing them back to the queen. Well, they're bringing them back to the king, right? And maybe he's the fourth horseman, and he's, like, trying to take control, but in reality the queen is, like, the herald of the apocalypse, and so they think the king is the bad guy. The king uses these items to, like, be like, now I am the most powerful, and he's gonna destroy all these things. So the party kills the king, only for the queen to be like, thank you, you've just ushered in the apocalypse, and I am here to herald its reckoning. What if we do that? I'm getting a yes. Does that sound cool? I think that might be cool. So, 3 trials, unbeknownst to them, are killing 3 horsemen, and king is 4th and wants to be all powerful, etc. Party might end up defeating him, but in reality, queen is the herald of the apocalypse, and they have ushered in their downfall. The king is conquest. The gems would be famine, death, and the crown would be war. I love this. How do we feel about this? Gal, I love this. Theta, Fox Daddy, anybody else who's still watching, how do we feel about this? Because I love this. Oh my god. The king is conquest for sure. I love this, I love this, I love this. Others are famine, death. I'm gonna choose, instead of conquest and war, I like the incorrect adaptation where pestilence is one of them, so I'm just gonna let one of them be pestilence. I know it's not technically correct, but I like pestilence, so I'm gonna keep him. The queen convinced the party to kill the king and puts the crown on, and all hell breaks loose. Yes! Oh my god. Queen convinces party to kill king, and then she puts on crown to, like, start end of world, and hell breaks loose. I'm in favor of this, but I would nudge the items closer to the original text. Okay, Theta. Absolutely. Would love that. Please give me the original text. Throw it to me. Give me some inspirations about the original text and what the items could be. That said, I do want one of them, whatever, war or whoever was going to be, let's try and make it pestilence themed. I know that's not technically original, but I love pestilence. Just the plague, pestilence / plague. I like that horseman. Because there's something in me that every time we talk about it makes me think like pestilence and plague into your house, into your streets, until there's nothing left to eat. And it just makes me think of Prince of Egypt, and I love it a lot. And I have an OC based on plague, so whether it's disease, plague, pestilence, whatever we call him, something there. But please give me original text. I will gladly take it. Then the king's crown is a part. Then famine, pestilence, and death are all gems of the crown. That could work. That could work too. The items are the other 3. This could be cool! I love this! We're about to do so many sessions. Oh my god. This is gonna be wild. This is gonna be a wild-ass campaign to try and get done in just March. Queen takes them, the party kills the king, and she takes a crown off the king's dead body and places her on her head, and her beauty turns apocalyptic. I love that. Places upon her head, and beauty turns apocalyptic. Year-long campaign incoming. Accurate. 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 Oh my god. Oh, thank you, Theta, for the items. Okay, let me put these down. So, a bow, a sword, and a scale. But we would need a 4th. Okay. A scythe could be cool. So let me ask you this, Theta. Can you tell me which one of those are assigned to each? Okay, scythe would work. So which one would be assigned to each then? Who has the bow, the sword, the scale? And then which one are we giving the scythe to? Are we giving the scythe to Plague because that's the one we're fucking with? Because he would be good with the scythe. I gotta say, he'd be good with a scythe. Yeah, literally, Fox Daddy, this is about to be a year-long campaign. Like, legitimately. This is about to be so long, yo. Oh my god. So long. This is the one we should be doing for Daggerheart. Fuck the villains campaign. This is gonna be so cool. This is gonna be so cool. Oh my god. Yes. I'm so excited. Oh, I can see it in my head when she, puts all the items together and they begin to, crack and break and summon each, horseman's, apocalypse or whatever it is. Oh, that would be cool. I want to draw her. Do it. Fucking do it. Draw her. I dare you. So a bow, a sword, and a scale. What kind of scale are we talking? Like scales of justice? Like that kind of a scale? They form the perfect weapon for... Ooh, that could be cool. That could be very cool. Hold on. Horseman. We'll call it The four horsemen items. Weapons of the four horsemen. Da-da-da-da. Oh, it's giving me like individuals' ideas. Four horsemen of the apocalypse. I'm thinking the final form looks like the plague from Dead by Daylight. Let me look that up. Plague from Dead by Daylight. Plague. Dead by Daylight. Oh yeah, I love it. Absolutely, gal. 1,000,000%. That's so cool. Oh, I love that. That's so cool. Okay, I went to Wikipedia to see what they are. Let's see. Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse are figures in the Book of Revelation, the New Testament. The name of the original text only provides a name for the fourth horseman. But it is a bow on the white one, a sword on the red one, scale on the black one. Kind of like a staff or a spear for death. Yes, okay. Got it, Theta. Her main weapon is sickness. Love it, gal. Suggested names for the queen. Ooh! Theta, where did these names come from? What do they mean? Can you tell me? I'm writing them both down. Semiramis and Nitocris. Nitocris, maybe? I like those. Those are cool. Those are awesome. Okay, I'm looking into the Wikipedia what it says. Let's see. Yeah, four beings that ride out on red, black, and pale horses. All of them except for Death are human in portrayal. First horseman rides a white horse, carries a bow, and is usually the crown of conquest. Okay. Got it. So, bow equals conquest. Okay, so here's the thing. I know conquest is the one that's usually actually plague. So the king might have to be war, but I think that's fine either way. Because he's supposed to be the Antichrist, but it don't matter. Second carries a sword. Sword is war. I got you. Sword is war. Third, a food merchant rides a black horse symbolizing famine and carries the scales. Okay. Scales is famine. Oh, he could be a great hunter. That's cool, gal. I like that. The fourth and final horse is Death. Pana is accompanied by Hades. Another beast. Last Judgment. Yeah, okay. Because they don't really give Death an item. That's why. So a scythe. Okay, I see. So our scythe would actually be Death then. Got it. Okay. Let's see. The White Horse. Common translation. According to... he is Zelos, the conquest and glory, yes. Broad historical interpretation of Christ as the rider of the white horse is to be understood that the Antichrist does not appear until the opening of the sixth seal. Events are interested in horses up to the sixth seal event. Therefore, this interpretation is partially preterist or an instance of dual fulfillment. Christ is portrayed as a conqueror in other instances. Okay. The horseman could represent the Holy Spirit. Have come upon the apostles after Jesus departed the earth. Okay. Got it. Which may be decent actually more has a white color. The red horseman specifically symbolizes civil war. Oh, another name suggestion, Thana meeting death. Ooh, okay. Okay, put that in there. What if the four horsemen were in fact sisters? Ooh, I like that. Let's see. Maybe they are sisters. That speaks to like Shakespeare, triple hags territory. I like that. And it'll lead to the idea of them doing the party is doing the right thing if they think they're defeating like these evil witch hags. They're the names of Babylonian queens from Herodotus. I intend them as a reference to the whore of Babylon from Revelation, who is associated with Roman paganism. I love it. I love that. That's cool. Okay, I'll put in parentheses, queens. Babylonian queens. Babylonian queens. I love that. I can help with the theological terminology. Please, Theta. Theta, what I would love for you to give me is anything you think would be cool information to know about this kind of theological era. So the Horsemen, the New Testament, the Old Testament, like anything in the time period as well, shove it, throw it my way, and let's play with it and interpret it and fuck with it. Hey, welcome, Dadley. Hello, hello. Late to stream, I was binging Fairy Tail. No worries. No worries at all, my friend. I still have this under Bait and Kaito, so we have not been playing. Right now, we are working on what our series is going to be, our in-house horror series for March, because a few conventions fell through, so I think March is when I'm going to record our next horror series, and we have decided we are going Knights of the Round Table, that era of campaign, and the basic plot is that the players are knights. They are sent out by the king to go defeat and retrieve these 3 items, and then when they come back, the king like uses them to be all powerful, because it turns out that the king and these 3 like god beings are actually the 4 horsemen. And so the party will kill the 3 horsemen, come back to the king. The king now has all their items and is like, I am all powerful, I'm the only one left. And then they will kill him because he's being evil, only for the queen to reveal that she is the harbinger of the apocalypse. And by killing the 4 horsemen, they have begun the apocalypse. And so she like absorbs the weapons or whatever and becomes the big bad evil guy in reality, and they won't know. So that's the plan. That is right now what the show is. Obviously it's not going to be as pure horror as some of the other shows, but you know me, even if we're doing something that leans a little fantasy, I can't not make it disgusting and horrific. So it'll be awful, even if there's fantasy involved. Coolio indeed. Feel free to send us any ideas or thoughts our way. I'm writing them down. We're keeping track, etc., etc. And that's kind of what we're doing at the moment. I was going to pull up Bait and Kaitos if we want to take a break on it, but I no longer have it up because we tried to do Marvel Rivals instead. It did not go well. Do you have players for this one? I'm sure Molly will do it because she has expressed to me that she wants to be a lesbian knight. And I was like, you're only allowed to be a lesbian knight if I'm allowed to be your wife. So I'm sure Molly will do it if she has time and availability. Otherwise, I will probably scout for a new cast. Because I like to get as many new people as I can to be a part of it. I like to give new opportunities to different actors. Preterism is the view that Revelation describes events. Preterism is the view that the Revelation describes events that, while in the future to the author, are in the past to modern readers. Oh, Theta, that's so interesting. Okay, wait. Because this said, so the idea of the Antichrist being the conquest rider can be seen as preterist. So that means that when they were writing it, it was the future to him, but the past to the people he believed were going to read it. Interesting. Huh. That's so interesting. Thank you, Theta, for that. I appreciate that because I had no idea what that word meant. No idea. I have the perfect outfit for medieval vibes. Let's go, Dadley. What's the outfit? Is it a Renaissance fair outfit? I've never done something like this, so I think it'll be fun to play with it a little bit. I have no car, but if I did, my ass is booking a hotel room in your walls, and I'll be the scariest thing there. That's right, let's go. Yo, this one's gonna be so much fun. I'm loving this. Okay, so, let's clarify something here. Let's develop the trials, or each horseman that they're gonna face. So we need to develop famine. We need to develop death. And we need to develop plague. Or pestilence. So, we can describe what they look like if we want. But what we really need to do is describe what has to occur. What is going to happen for these characters? What do they need to accomplish to fight in order to, win, essentially? My Ren Fair outfit, indeed. I will put it in the Discord. Love that. Love that. Never been to Ren Fair, but if I did, no. I'm going to be doodling? Hell yeah. Let's go, gal. Let's go, gal. Get them doodles going. I support it. Okay, so. Famine, death, and plague. I think the king and queen should look completely different. I agree. And you know what, to be fair, we should actually develop, I'm going to call him War, because technically conquest is plague. To be fair, we should actually develop what they have to do to defeat War as well. However, I think what they have to defeat War is just, battle War. It's not necessarily a trial. They just have to literally kill him. But if we want to elaborate on maybe what things he does or what techniques he uses, we could do that. Same with the other ones. So, famine. I think for famine can mean... So I think the definition of famine is just is it actually food itself, or can it be, not having anything? Let's see. Okay, so technically it's scarcity of food, but it could just be a shortage or a hunger. So famine is a shortage or a hunger. So what kind of trial could they have to do that deals with shortage and a hunger? Herrick means war. Ooh, I like that. Herrick means war. I like that. That's a good name choice. So shortage or hunger. Maybe it could have to do... Maybe this is where we could pull out the player character's wants. Each of them get something that is... Maybe one of them wants fortune, and it's do you choose the greedy choice, or do you take the money and run? Maybe one of them wants, has a family member that they want back or they're trying to save. And it's well, I can give you the means to that type of energy. Maybe the 40 days and 40 nights with nothing, like Jesus. Ooh, that's a good idea. 40 days, nights with nothing. Jesus, parallel. I like the parallel. Maybe it's bargaining. Maybe it's bargaining, like an I can give you what you want type of territory. You ask every player what a necessity for their character is and take it away. That could be good. Maybe it's taking away a necessity from each character. Idea: the king and the queen send out the players to deal with a heretical sect that is inciting panic about the coming apocalypse, and it turns out they're right. Ooh, Theta, that's so fun. Let me go and put that up here in the idea section. Hold on. Let's see. King and queen send out players to deal with heretical sect that is inciting panic about apocalypse. But uh-oh, they're right. Love that. Okay. Pick is in the Discord? Hell yeah. Let me look at that. Oh, cool. That's a fire outfit. Love that. That's definitely perfect for the time period. That is definitely perfect for the time period. Oh my god, that's perfect. Revelation specifically mentions that grain will be sold at an exorbitantly high price in the end. Ooh, that's a cool parallel. I like that. Revelations mentions high cost of grain at the end. I like that. I like these little references and nuances to like the Christian idea of this apocalypse being thrown in here. Because something like grain being sold at a high price is something I can do, just like describing the space. And the players will have no idea what that means. But while I'm describing, like, you walk through the marketplace and there are people selling goods like grains and oats at a way higher price than you're used to, and such, right? They won't know, but we'll know. And I think that's so cool and fun. I like that. Okay. Inflation hits us all. Yes, it does. That must be why so many people think the apocalypse is happening, is because our inflation is so high. Oh my god. The helmet is heavy and is near impossible to see out of, but we cosplayers suffer for our craft. Dadly, that's so funny. I love the idea of being like, I must suffer today for the art of cosplay. Bum-ba-da-ba! You just like don the helmet. That's so funny. I love that. I mean, it looks good. Looks good. You gotta suffer. It used to be the old ideology of suffer for fashion. It is suffer for cosplay. So I get it. Okay, I like this idea of famine taking something away. Especially because, famine, the idea, a concept of famine taking everything from you. So, taking everything from you. But, and here's how, because we have to think, okay, this is what the boss does, right? Then how do you beat him? So, beating a boss that takes everything from you, we have to do it. We have to do it, y'all. The way to win has to be the classic, you can't take away, like, your willpower or your belief or whatever it is. So I don't know what term we want to use, but you know that concept of like, I go back to Prince of Egypt. Guys, maybe I just want to make a Prince of Egypt campaign. All right? Sue me. Maybe I just want to make a Prince of Egypt campaign. I'm sorry. But I go back to Prince of Egypt with the Miracles song where, you know, they're like, they can take whatever they want, but they can't take away, like, your faith. They can't take away what you believe. But I don't want it to be faith necessarily in this case, right? Because the knights are not the religious ones. So, what could it be? Could it be take everything from you? So, I'm going to put how to win. How to win. They can't take your willpower. We could go We could go Undertale route and say they can't take your determination. Determination. Your courage, maybe? Maybe famine's a test of courage. That could be it. Although death could be a test of courage as well. Okay. So maybe courage, maybe, courage, maybe... How to win. They can't take your willpower, determination, courage. They can't take your constitution. Yeah, like... Constitution... They can't take... Or maybe... Right? Maybe it's... Famine feels like a test of willpower. I agree, Dadley. I think I agree with you. I'm gonna highlight willpower because my thought process for famine is, and tell me if we think this makes sense. He takes everything from them, right? And then the question of willpower is like not just can you keep going when all seems hopeless, right? And all seems useless or whatever. But it's also going to who he thinks the weakest link is and offering them a way out. You know what I mean? Like, do you sacrifice the rest of your group in order to, like, get the answer? I feel like that could be the thing. And if he doesn't sacrifice them, then you sort of beat famine, if that makes sense. So, like, maybe, what did I say? Going to the weakest link and trying to get them to sacrifice the others to be satisfied. What was the first thing I said when we were talking about test of willpower? It's like, maybe how long can you last as a team? No giving up, etc. Put them in a sensory deprivation tank? Now, we're torturing the characters, not the players. Hold on. I'm in favor of an Exodus campaign. Thank you, Theta. Thank you, Theta. And honestly, Theta, we're kind of doing that just with the horsemen involved instead of the plagues. Although the plagues are kind of involved just separately. Because once they defeat the king, there's a very real option of just, all right, time to get all these people out of here. Like, time to get the fuck out. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't defeat the queen. Maybe you just get the people out. Who knows? But, so here's the thing. If it's a test of willpower in the sense of not giving up, not giving in, right? No giving up, no giving in. My question becomes, how do we know when they've won? When they have beaten famine? What is the trigger that is like, hey, we can't give up no matter how hard it gets. This is what famine does. What is the thing that makes them go, uh-oh, we won. Famine's dead. Up to the GM. Okay, I can keep that if you want me to keep that. If you don't want to make it, then I'll keep it. I always want to give you the option just in case. Can't forget about the Knights of the Round Table. That's right. I love this. I love this energy that we're going with the Knights of the Round Table energy. I love it. I want to give you all the kingdoms of the earth and their glory. If you bow to me, Satan to Christ in the desert. Yes, Theta. I love the idea that famine emanates that passage. That's a great one. Let me write that down. I will give you all the kingdoms of the earth and their glory if you bow to me. I like that. I like that. Okay. Uh-oh, I tried to write Satan to Christ to desert, and I wrote Stan. Christ just comes up like, who is this? And the guy goes, oh, that's Stan. He's a little crazy. Just ignore him. Not Stan in the desert. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Stan works too, literally. Stan in the desert trying to sell the world to Christ. I think it'd be fun if the players aren't knights yet. This is their trial to see if they can become knights. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Let me put that up here too. These are trials for players to become knights. That's a good idea. The ox will be called Stan. Grunkle Stan, oh no. We've gone a whole nother route now. It's no longer Knights of the Round Table, but it's fucking Gravity Falls. That would be funny as shit. Okay, I think we've got a good concept for famine. So we've got plague, and we've got death left. And of course, war. Let me look up so plague to me is about like disease, but specifically like deterioration. I can never pronounce it right. Deterioration, I think. Yeah, because there is a rearier. Okay, so deterioration. That to me is what plague is. Deterioration. That's what disease represents. So I think for plagues, trial, so to speak, it needs to be about like something with deteriorating. Something like slowly consuming you. Whereas famine is taking things away, and a hunger and a shortage, I think plague should be consumption and overwhelming until there's like nothing left of you. So we could take it literal. I will put could take literal. Always an option to do bug horror. Always an option where like, you know, insects are eating them alive or something. They can feel themselves slowly dying from the inside, and they have to defeat a trial before they die. Ooh, okay. Slowly dying from inside. And must complete task or trial. Or plant horror. They're getting drained of nutrients. Ooh. So we could do bugs. We could do plants. I like plants. Plant horror. Getting drained of nutrients and energy and life, etc. I like that. You will become great soil. You came from the earth and you will give back to the earth. Ooh. I like that. You came from the earth and you will give back to the earth. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, I like this idea of them being like eaten from the inside out, whether it's plants, whether it's insects. That kind of speaks to me of like being food and fuel for something else, because that's what disease and shit does, right? Is it eats you up. Leeches are a good idea. Leeches, sickness, getting destroyed from the inside out. I like this. Yeah, this one might have to be more literal than something like famine. This one might have to be, okay, you're literally getting destroyed. Go find a potion or some shit. This one might have to be literal. Although there are sayings like, what is it? Is it anger is a disease or revenge is a disease or something like that? Anger is a disease or something? Hate is a disease, right? Is that the saying? Is that the saying? Hate is a disease saying. Yeah, that's a saying. Hate is a disease. So maybe it's something like that. Maybe someone brings a character that specifically is like hateful and wants revenge and vengeance and things, and they have to like learn to let it go. Maybe each one of these trials is targeted at like a specific character. That could be cool. It's like it affects all of them. Kind of like, did you guys watch Agatha All Along? Where like it affects all of them and they all have to help. But it's specifically like, hey, this is your bullshit that we're dealing with. Yeah, medieval Batman, literally. So let me put this down. Hold on. Maybe each trial is targeted to one character. Although they all suffer. Example, hate is a disease guy. That could be cool. So under plague disease, I'll put hate is a disease. And then maybe I'll put something like PC with revenge, vengeance complex, vengeance. I shouldn't even call it PC. I should call it Batman. Batman must get over. Batman must get over his vengeance complex. That's what I should call it. Love that. Must let go or get over it, etc. Let's see. I think that's the only saying with disease in it. I think the only saying is hate is a disease. I don't recall. Yeah, I don't recall anything else. Maybe I'll just type in disease sayings. That's probably not a good thing to type, but we'll type it. Disease quotes. Interesting. Who knew? What is a quote about disease? What can I say instead of disease? We'll just go to quotes. Let's see. Oh, that's right. Diseases are contagious, so maybe one person's rage is contagious to the others, eats them alive, etc., etc. What else could we do? Disease. Fear is a disease? I don't know if fear is a disease. I don't know about that one. I don't think I've heard that one. Oh, I have heard. Okay, so I know that technically it's hate is a disease, and then the other half of the quote is like love is the cure. I don't know if we want love to be the cure or not. I don't know if that's. I'll put love is the cure question mark. I don't know if that's the route we want to go. Instead of love, to me, if you've got a revenge complex, I feel like acceptance would be the answer. Right? I don't even think the answer is forgiveness. I think acceptance is the answer. So, like, maybe not even forgiveness. Just acceptance. Spite is the cure. Accurate. Hallucinations cause fear. That's true. Could do that. Incidents. I just wrote hallucinations incite incidents. Do they now? Do things incite incidents? Could that be what that word means, Rachel? Oh, Lord. What else do we have about disease? We could also say, what we could do, to quote Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, your vengeance will only sow the seeds to further violence. That's true, Dadley. Right? Like, fire with fire, or, you know, the idea, even if you go to something like the Odyssey, right? Where it's like, well, you kill someone because they killed from you, but then they're gonna come because you killed their person, etc., etc. Like, violence only leads to violence. Depending on what kind of character we get brought with as well, we could take it the route of, like, hating yourself too, and you have to, and then love would be the answer because you'd have to love yourself. I'll put it on here. I don't think that's the character I want, but hate yourself versus love yourself being the answer. That would work for our quote. Okay, that seems like pretty good disease. Let's go to death. All right, Mr. Death. Because death could also be an acceptance one. Death could also be a you need to accept what's happening. And then hate, we could answer with love. Could do that too. Alright. There's so many possibilities with death. What do we do here? How to beat death? Simply don't. That's my thought process too. How to beat death? Simply don't. That's why I'm wondering if maybe disease should not be acceptance as the answer, because I feel like the answer to death is acceptance. Like, it's moving forward. You know what I mean? Huh. Do a Deadpool? He just, how to defeat death. Fuck her. Get in a relationship with her. Make it so you can't die. That'd be funny as hell. What if it's like the 5 stages of grief type of thing? Ooh, I like that. Stages of grief. And maybe, like, you have to not get trapped in them. So maybe each one of them has to move past the stage. So stages of grief, trying not to get trapped in them. That could work. Or Lava rejected from heaven and kicked out of hell. Yeah, exactly. Like, well, neither side wants me, so I guess I'm gonna be here. Or, I mean, if we get the benefit of the doubt and somebody brings me an undead character, this motherfucker is absolutely gonna be the target of the death room. I don't know how they would beat him, though. Undead PC would be like, I think death would consider him like an insult, or what is it called? What's the word for, like, my brain wants to say plague on humanity, but that's not right. What's the word for, like, when you are an abomination? An abomination, right? So if someone brings me an undead PC, then death would definitely see him as an abomination. Death would see him as an abomination. What if they bring up past loved ones? Ooh. Okay. That might be great, because y'all know how much Molly loves to bring me characters with dead relatives. And, like, problems with her relatives. You know how much she loves relationship trauma, so that might be a good one. I like that. Oh, maybe dead relatives, like, pull a Hercules and, like, beckon them to join them type of energy. Dead relatives, beckon them to join them in death and be happy. That could be cool. I like that. And so they have to, by defeating death, they have to, like, show their passion for life. So, like, to defeat him, they have to show their passion and will to live. I like that. That could be cool. What else could death be about? Because death could be about the spirit, killing the spirit and the body. So, killing the spirit and the body, right? Death could be... Ooh, swimming in the river of death could be cool. Swimming in the river of death, that could be cool. I like that option. Ooh, there's something poking me. I don't like that. What are some Christianity stuff for death? Let me see here. The river Styx, yes, I like that. River Styx. We're going with like horseman Christianity stuff. So what are some old age Christian interpretations of death? Yeah, purgatory is like an exclusively Christian thing. Purgatory is actually such an interesting concept because I don't know a lot of religions, so please correct me, but I have yet to find a religion that, like, is like, oh yeah, we have purgatory, it's called this. It's a very strong Christian ideal, the concept of purgatory. I don't know, man. Kingdom of Heaven. Oh, Lazarus, yeah! We're trying to... Maybe there's a character who wants to bring somebody back. Yeah, and that could be bad. Okay. Or, character trying to bring somebody back, referencing Lazarus, referencing Lazarus, and, Kingdom of Heaven versus Hell. Oh, okay, so old age. Although Christians believe that death has been overcome in the order of redemption, this means that not that death ceases to be an inevitable and still a dreaded event, but there's not a whole lot. Okay, so let me go straight. Like, let me put in Catholic. Let me put in Catholic specifically. The Philosopher's Stone. There's a lot of debate over what purgatory is. Yeah, I know, and it's like very interesting. Let me see here. Actually, let me Google that. Let's Google purgatory in the Bible. History of purgatory. Here we go. The idea of purgatory has roots that date back to antiquity. Proto-purgatory, called celestial Hades, is in the writings of Plato and Ponticus. It's distinguished from Hades of the underworld described in Homer. Contrast, celestial Hades was understood as an intermediate place where souls spent an undetermined time after death before moving on to a higher level of existence or being reincarnated. The exact location varied from author to author. Okay. Let's see. So, perhaps under the influence of Hellenistic thought, the intermediate state entered Jewish religious thought in the last centuries of BCE. Maccabees is found prayer for the dead, the view to their afterlife purification, a practice accepted by some Christians. Same practice appears in other traditions, such as Chinese Buddhist practices that make offering to the dead. Among other reasons, the Catholic Church's teaching of purgatory is based on the Judaic practice. That makes sense, because it was Judaism first. Roman Catholics who believe in purgatory interpret the New Testament passages as supporting prayer for souls who are believed to be alive in an active interim state after death, undergoing purifying flames, which could be interpreted as analogy or allegory until they are cleansed and admitted into heaven. Early Christians did not develop consistent and universal beliefs about such a state. Modern speculation includes Luke as support for the concept, but through the ages, the church has taught that the rich man parable has already received his final judgment. Okay. Oh, reincarnation could be a good idea, too. Put some reincarnation in there. Put that in there. Middle ground to be purified. Yep, okay. Because I'm specifically interested in what the Catholics kind of took and fucked with. Because that's where my shit comes from. Christians in the West took an interest in circumstances of the interim state between death and future resurrection. Christians in the East and the West prayed for death in this state, although the East refrained from defining it as a physical location with a name. Between penance. Okay, so while the idea of purgatory as a physical place became an opinion among some Roman Catholic theologians, the concept of purgatory being a physical reality has never been a part of Catholic doctrine. I didn't think so. I don't remember us learning it as a physical place. Conclude that purgatorial punishment consisted of material... So medieval theologians thought it was literally being cleansed in real fire. Like your soul. Not like metaphorical fire. They thought... So, okay, because this is the time period we'd be in. Medieval thought was your soul is cleansed in literal fire. Okay. Oh. Of course it did. I fucking hate these keyboards. I swear to God. Okay. Medieval thought was your soul is cleansed in literal fire. Okay. Because that would be the time period we're in. The Roman Catholic Church believes living faithful can help souls complete their purification from sins by praying for them, gaining indulgences, and active intercession. Okay. Late Middle Ages saw the growth of abuses, by pardoners sent to collect contribution. That's the whole... So we're kind of also in the era of indulgences, which is where you could pay to go to heaven. I remember being taught about that. Right, and that started the Protestant Revolution. Okay, Christian antiquity. Prayers for the dead were a Jewish practice. It's been speculated that Christianity may have taken its practice from Jewish heritage. In Christianity, prayer for the dead is attested since the 2nd century. Purification after death. Specific examples of belief in purification and communion of the living with the dead through prayer are found in church fathers. Yep. Show the concept of baptism by fire. And a purificatory trial after death. Okay. I think we know what this is gonna be. I think we know what death's trial has to be. It has to be purification of, like, worldly sins. Because that would be the most, like, pulling in old-timey religion without actually pulling old-timey religions. Because, again, the whole idea of the horsemen of the apocalypse is to rend the world asunder, to start anew, right? Because too much evil has been done. So the death trial has to be death trying to purify them. Purification of the PC souls of worldly sins and evil. So the question just becomes, how does it do this? That becomes the question. How will it try to purify them? Maybe when they create their characters, they all have to give me a character flaw. And so the death trial is like punishing them specifically for their flaw or something like that. Maybe PCs have to have a flaw, and the death trials are punishments for these flaws. So this, I'm sure, won't be one of them, but a very classic, basic one is like, you're greedy type of energy. They have to go to the Has-Been Hotel for redemption. Accurate. And that's when I reveal the sponsorship, like halfway through the series. They get to the death trial and I go, and then you see the daughter of Lucifer. Welcome to Has-Been Hotel. That would be so funny. Oh my god, that'd be hysterical. I would love to do like a sponsorship promo like that, where it just suddenly gets flipped. That would be fire, yo. That'd be funny as hell. Oh my god, that's funny. I love that. Do you read webcomics? I do not, Fox Daddy. Do you have a recommendation? What are you thinking of? What does our conversation remind you of, Fox Daddy? What are we thinking of? So the death trials are like punishments for these flaws to purify them. I guess the question would become, should they actually get purified? So the question then becomes, do they win by getting purified? Or do they win in another way? I feel like they can't win by actually being purified, because we don't want the horsemen to be in the right. That doesn't feel good, for the horsemen to be correct. I was actually going to ask you that. Oh no. All this lore building just made me think you read fantasy webcomics. Nope, I just watch too much TV. I watch too much TV and I grew up Catholic. And when you go medieval is very heavily Catholicized and, like Christian. So that's where a lot of this is coming from. I'm actually not a lore builder. It is not my shit. That's why I do it with all of you, because you guys are awesome at it. But I do have an affinity for, like, Merlin era, medieval era stuff. I like that kind of stuff. It's fun. I read way too many fantasy webcomics. Fox Daddy, you're gonna have to ask Gal. Gal, can you give us some recommendations on webcomics that might be good? That, like, fit these vibes? Because we're gonna need some. Gotta do our research, you know what I mean? I recently learned that dragons are actually mentioned in the Christian Bible. They are. Not in the way that we portray them, but yes, they are mentioned. There's a lot of things mentioned. There's also several different versions of the Christian Bible. Because the Catholics follow a strict Bible. Christians can follow any of the Bibles as long as Jesus is representative in it. And then there's like non-denominational versions. There's different translations. Like, there's a couple different versions. But dragons are in certain passages in specific ways. Yeah, it just kind of depends what you go with. I think the Catholic Bible is John's. Which version is the Catholic Bible? Oh, they don't even call it that kind of stuff anymore. They've really changed it. It is, and I quote, the New Revised Standard Version Catholic Edition is the official title. They don't call it King John or anything like that anymore. And that was the one that got approved in, get ready for this, 1991. The Bible that they consider the officially translated correct version was in 1991. Which is wild. No button to no switch to as far as I know, my friend. She no longer wields her sword is a good one. Ooh, I think I've heard of that concept. Or not concept, that comic. I've never read it, but I think I've heard of it. I like that dragons are a part of our culture. I'm non-dom Christian myself and enjoy seeing these things. Hell yeah, let's go. Sacrificed is really good. I mean, that's a dope-ass title. At No Men? I do not know that one. What is that one? At No Men? Webtoon. Trapped in a betrothal to a cruel man and a religion that hates her kind, Lena goes searching for an angel and finds salvation in the arms of a monster. That is a hysterical premise. But hell yeah. That's about it that fit the theme. Okay, got it. Oh boy, another rendition. So many different versions. Yeah, there's a lot of different versions, Fog Daddy. There's a shit ton of different versions. Speaking of these novels and stuff, I know I've been talking about voicing public domain stuff and putting it on the Patreon. I've also been considering just putting my own writings on the Patreon, because I do write stories. I just don't share them. Because it's not something that I've been this is the thing I want to do. Let me put this out to the public. But I mean, I guess I could. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll put them on the Patreon. I'm into the lovey-dovey reincarnation. Aw, that's adorable. I love that. We were gonna do that, I thought. Put stories on the Patreon, written stories. I know we were gonna read public domain. And I know we were talking about, in the aspect of reading public domain, reading Shakespeare and stuff, and doing that kind of performative stuff. I don't remember talking about stories. Where did that come from? We write them and we have each other read them on the podcast? Is that what you're referencing? I think I remember that conversation. We could do that conversation. I'm down for that. Jazz. Okay. We have one horseman left. I thought it was on the Google Doc to read works we wrote. It might be. It fully might be. Again, no memory. I have no idea. Maybe that's why the thought entered my head, is because I had already written it down. I do not know. I do think it'd be funny. Maybe we could do a guess which one of these I found online and which one I wrote type of energy. That could be fun. Hey, welcome, Records of the Realm. Welcome. We're talking about themes and ideas for our next campaign. We are currently doing a 4 Horsemen horror apocalypse energy. So we're trying to figure out what trial or competition or whatever the players need to win and defeat in order to defeat war. We are currently on war. What's the Yu-Gi-Oh shirt? So this is a meme from the Yu-Gi-Oh community. I think it's season 4. I might be wrong, but it's a meme where, spoilers if you want spoilers, Yugi's soul gets taken instead of Yami, which is the guy in the picture. And so it's supposed to be this really big emotional moment because they're gay for each other. And so it's supposed to be this big emotional moment where Yami is like, I call him Pharaoh, but where Yami is like, oh my god, like, he died and it's all my fault. It should have been me, not him. And so it says it should have been me, and it's a screenshot of that moment. But the problem is the English voice acting has been memed for decades since the show came out, because love Dan Green, but the voice acting goes, it should have been me, not him. And it's really, really bad and not emotional like the scene's supposed to be. And so people have been using it as a meme forever, for anything, like other jokes and stuff. And so I only have 2 shirts that I wear on the live stream. And my brother-in-law bought me this shirt so I could wear it on the live stream, because it's black and it's got the Yu-Gi-Oh meme. But what's even funnier, this is an officially licensed Yu-Gi-Oh shirt. This is a, like, Konami official Yu-Gi-Oh shirt. Some motherfucker in the merch department got them to put a meme that makes fun of their show as an official merchandise option. And I don't know who you are, but I love you, alright? I know I suggested reading poetry. Oh, gal, okay. You must have been the one that suggested it then, and once again we proved that I'm a bad friend. Because I don't listen. God, I love YGO Abridged. Little Karibo's a king. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Dragon Ball Z Abridged, Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, God tier. Everything that's Mokuba. Shut up, Mokuba. It's me, Seto Kaiba, with the blue eyes white dragon. Big brother, Yuki stole my soul again. I'm getting kidnapped. Shut up, Mokuba. I love it. Oh my god. 90s, early 2000s anime dubs are pretty wild. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I love when companies get the joke and go with it. Same. Oh my god, it's like my favorite thing ever. Fucking Hellsing Abridged. Yo, Hellsing Abridged is also good. Hellsing Abridged is so good. Bitches love cannons. Bitches love cannons. Bitches love cannons. Oh my god, yo. All of those early Abridged series are god tier shit. God tier shit. Bitches love cannons, man. Muffin button, man. Hello, Legend Leo. How are you? Welcome, my friend. We were just joking around about Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball Z and Hellsing Abridged parodies on the internet. We're currently working on building our campaign because we run TTRPG shows, and so we're working on our next season. I know the tag says Baten Kaitos. We were originally going to play Baten Kaitos. We didn't get there. But I hope you're doing well. Now we have one for My Hero. See, Fox Daddy, unfortunately, my range of Abridged series ended with that original trio. Because I never watched My Hero Academia. I never got into the modern day. Even the ones that, the more modern ones that Team 4-Star did, like the Final Fantasy ones, never got into them. They just weren't my jazz. I never watched Final Fantasy, didn't know My Hero, so I never did them. But the old ones are beautiful. Beautiful. That's why Merrick Ishtar is my favorite character of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Steve and Bakura, I am not gay. Merrick, that is exactly what that means. No, it doesn't, Bakura. You are my Steve, Bakura. I loved that. Oh my god. Yes, cool indeed, Legend Leo. So Legend Leo, at the moment, with our campaign, it is based on the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. So we're on war, and we're trying to figure out what the players could do to defeat war. I mean, the obvious one is they just literally fight him, because he's the Horseman of War. But I'm trying to figure out, like, how to make it cool and stuff like that. So, we'll see. read the mangas over the anime. Oh, you think so, Fox Daddy? Are the mangas, like, are they significantly different from the anime? Do they feel like they've got, like, more context or energy to them? I think all of them just wanted to take a page out of Ghost Stories. Accurate. Listen, Ghost Stories is so good. Touch me harder. Fucking love that shit. Oh my god. Why does every principal look like a lesbian? Oh my lord, bro. Oh my god. Do you believe in our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? Ghost Stories is so good. Ooh, political marriage ain't bad. Political marriage ain't bad, Legend. That's not bad. The Alucard VA from the Bridge series is a VTuber? No, the fuck he's not. No, the fuck he's not. Hold on. Alucard Hellsing Abridged voice actor. I thought he's one of Team 4-Star. Isn't he one of Team 4-Star's members? I didn't know that either. Takahata, yeah, he's one of Team 4. Takahata's a VTuber now? Takahata 101 VTuber. No fucking way he's a VTuber now. What the hell? Yo! This is crazy. I never knew he was a VTuber now. I knew he was a member of Team 4-Star. Okay, he's still a part of Team 4-Star. Okay, he's just a VTuber now. More power to him. More power to him. Rachel has to follow him? Oh, no. No, I am not following him on Twitch. God forbid anybody knows I follow them on Twitch. Ooh, I would be terrified. Terrified of any of the big name people knowing I follow them. I'm surprised though, good for him. The manga for My Hero and Demon Slayer has better pacing. The anime feels too much like a filler. For My Hero and Demon Slayer, anime is trying too hard to draw out the story. Oh, interesting. I would never have known that, Fox Daddy. That's so interesting, huh? I follow him on Twitch? Well, Dadly, see, now you've triple dogged to dare me. So now I have to go follow him. Let's see if he's live. Takahata 101. He's not live, is he? Okay, as long as he's not live, I'll give him a follow. Fuck it. I don't mind doing that as long as they're not live, because I don't want to get called out. Which is so funny, because I call out people that follow me and don't chat. Oh, that's funny as hell. Alright, I followed him. I wonder if more anime VAs will try VTubing. I mean, they could. I applied for a VTuber place. I was like, yo, I'll be a half person, half VTuber. I don't give a shit. As long as I get to entertain folks, that's all I care about. Like, the more of y'all we can add into our community, the better this will be. Because it means the more friends I can have, the more of you guys I get to talk to, let's fucking go. You know what I'm saying? Add in about 15 seconds for my Twitch people. I don't know, man. I mean, I just like meeting people in the voice acting community as well. I think there's nothing more fun than talking to everybody else in the space and getting to be like, hello, what do you do? Oh, speaking of which, Fox Daddy, do you want to be on, and I guess Gal too, because I think you both said something, but do you want to be on an episode for this season of voice acting coaching? You do not need to be. You do not need to be. I just wanted to ask because I didn't want to fill up slots in case you had a preference. I met a couple of VTubing characters. I have a contact inside VShojo. Really? You have a contact? Okay. Okay, Fox Daddy. Who's flexing on us now? Okay, Fox Daddy. Out here flexing. Out here flexing on us. Is it free? Yes, it is. It is, in fact, free. But I do actually, like, coach. So it's not just, like, a fun hangout sesh. It is genuinely me being like, okay, try this because you're not doing this right. So that's not necessarily the same energy that we have as friends and community members. So it's totally chill if we're not vibing with that. It is like an actual feedback session. I wouldn't mind. I was kind of sad that I missed it the first time. All right, Fox Daddy, I'll message you and see when we can pick a day and time and pre-record it and go for it. We'll give it a shot. And worst comes to worst, right? We do it and you're like, I don't like how that went, right? Whether it's your performance or whatever, then we just don't post it because they're pre-recorded, not live. To be honest, I'll be fine with podcasting this, but I'll watch and support. That's all we need, gal. That's all we need. You already do so much work. We have a podcast every week. Like, you already do so much work. Don't worry about it. You're yelling at me about Wicked next week. Next week, Gal's gonna yap to me about Wicked. That's what the podcast is about. I accidentally flex sometimes. Let's go. Let's go. You gotta flex. You gotta flex because if you don't flex, it means that I can't praise you. All right? And I like making you guys, I like making you guys feel good. There should not be a clip of me saying that. I've said worse, but there should not be a clip of me saying that. I need all the coaching and feedback I can get. All right, Fox Daddy, I'll ask you. I will send you a DM. Huzzah, indeed. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. Huzzah. I found the video of me doing the mock recording. Okay. No, Fox Daddy. The problem is listen, again, I've said worse. There is a literal redeem, if I could speak words, maybe I've said worse. There's a literal redemption to make me moan. Like, I've done worse. So, bustin' makes me feel good. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna force her to listen to my favorite songs. Yeah, Gal is, she's got podcast responsibilities next week. And she's gonna force me to listen to Wicked. Because, ironically, as much of a musical theater person as I am, and a theater person as I am, I've never seen Wicked. Never listened to Wicked. I don't know Wicked. We used to have to make Rachel say something in a sexual manner redemption. We still have that redemption. Just to be clear. That redemption is still available, Fox Daddy. Alright? It's just most of the people here don't want to use it. Which is fine by me, okay? And to be honest, you guys know I do it without redeeming jack shit. Like, you tell me to do something, I go, alright, sure. Why use points when I can do it for free? Exactly. I forgot all about that thing. I know, right? I'm curious, though. What is this about? What are you asking about, Legend? Are you asking about the campaign we're creating? The campaign is for We Do TTRPG series. So if you go to the YouTube channel, we've done 2 Candela Obscura series. They're horror shows. So we're working on making our 3rd one to come out. And then otherwise, Gal and I, Gal, the one in chat, we do a podcast. That's going to be coming out next week. And, I talked about coaching. Got you. So, I do voice acting coaching because I'm a voice actor. So it's a series where the first season's on YouTube, but it is a series where for an hour, folks can apply, and for free, they practice a character with me. So they choose a line of dialogue out of my scripts. They voice it. They create a character. They create a scene that is happening. And then I coach with them and work exercises with them on what they can change, how to act a little better. That sounds rude. That's not how I mean it. But how to, like, channel their emotions. So if somebody really wants to work on, like, I'm really good at doing happy characters, but I can never do the sad moments, then we'll pick a line that's sad, and I'll work on how we can channel those emotions safely. Or if somebody's like, I'm great at doing villains, but I'm never good at playing the hero, then they'll pick a hero line, and we work on doing that. And so it's a series like that. So I've got a few people signed up already, and I just put those out, and we see how it goes. It's a lot of fun, usually. I like teaching and coaching. It's something that I'm very passionate about, so I just offer it for free because I haven't worked for, like, a big name brand. Like, I haven't worked for Disney or DC, although DC, please hit me up. I want to be in Batman so bad. But, like, I haven't worked for a big name company, so nobody should be paying me for it yet. So I just do it for free. And then we make YouTube content, and that's the exchange. I see. I mean, I hear. Yes, legend. Yes. Exactly that. We hear. I love it. That's funny as hell. That's well done. Alright, y'all. Let me leave for... I understand now. Cool, cool, cool. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask, right? About anything or everything. We're a pretty chill community. I appreciate you popping in, saying hello. I know I'm under the wrong tag. I'm very bad with tech, and I didn't mean to be under the wrong tag, but sometimes it happens. And I figured no one would check this tag, so. But yes. Okay. We're getting close to the end of time here. Just to clear the air, you already helped me out a lot. No worries. No worries whatsoever. It's all good, my friend. We usually distract Rachel. On Discord, again, really appreciated. Oh, are you the friend that I've been helping with messages? Do you have a different Discord name? Bum, 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 bum. Got it. Got it. You're welcome, friend. You are welcome. And you're welcome to hop on an episode of the series if you want to. I know I can't always respond in Discord, so sometimes that happens. Because I pop on here and we end up talking and got a day job and all that shit. But yeah, I hope I helped a little bit. That's what we're for. We like to give out as much of that as we can, you know? Support with the community. It's what it's about. It's what it's about. Ah, thank you. Okay. We're gonna get to the end of our time soon. And I want to make sure we pop over, we raid somebody on Twitch, because you should do that, because it's good for people and it helps their numbers, and it's nice to make new friends. So, who should we raid tonight? Who should we raid tonight? Bum 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 ba ba. Who should we raid tonight? We raided Pizio last time. That was fun. I know that's Fox Daddy's friend. Let me go to... Let's go to create... Maybe... No, let's check out the IRL channel. Let's see what people are doing in IRL. I have a friend speedrunning Clue? No, you don't. There's no fucking way you have somebody speedrunning Clue. Oh, Balloon Lady, too. That's a good question. Alright, who is this person speedrunning Clue? There's no way. Who the fuck How do you speedrun Clue? Is it not a randomly generated guessing game? Literally, how do you do that? Send me their name. Let's look them up. There's no fucking way. Sneaky. Hey, another Fox. Okay. Sneaky Fox 23. YouTube. I will fight you. Clue Cluedo, the classic mystery game. How do you speedrun Clue? Alright, yeah, they look rateable, so let me copy and paste. Okay, hold on. Sneaky Fox 23 YT. Alright. Alright, friends. See if the raid goes through. It does. Okay, hop on that raid for me, friends. I appreciate you all. Thank you for being with me tonight. Yeah, raidable. You can copy and paste that little segment there. You can do either the dinosaurs or our lemon dragons, whichever one you want. The commands worked. Hell yeah. Huzzah indeed, Legend Leo. I'm gonna peace out for tonight. I appreciate you all for being here for me, for creating our next show, for talking about voice acting, for not playing games, although that's what I want. We're gonna go raid out. Again, love you all. Thank you all. You guys are fantastic. I would say we should be live on Saturday, but we haven't been live on Saturday for like every week now. So maybe. And if we are, I'll see you there. And if we're not, I'll see you on Monday. But good night. Goodbye. See you later. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.